country in the world, and it is worth fighting for. It is worth bleeding for, and if it takes it, it's worth dying for the greatest country that this world has ever seen.
Royce, you say the most random stuff 2 seconds before the camera comes on. What's going on, America? I made it back to the studio in one piece, and we are back here for Friday's episode, just like we told you we would. So it's Friday. It's a special day episode, so you got to do us a favor. You got to hit that like button, hit that share button right now, and, of course, hit the follow button if this is your first time. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. Biden is starting to go off the rails and speaking to reporters and things like this. I believe it's because Kamala Harris wants to invoke the 25th Amendment right before the elections so she can be president of the United States. And no matter what happens in November, she gets Secret Service for the rest of her life. We're going to talk about this. If you agree that could happen, hit yes or no in the chat. Harris just revealed today, breaking news, her economic plan, and shocker, it's horrific, and she even steals a little bit of what J.D. Vance has said, but yet the left lost their mind, all of the above, and we have breaking news. Monkeypox has now been discovered from coast to coast in the wastewater, right? Wastewater of New Jersey and San Francisco. Ladies and gentlemen, this is starting to pick up. It's starting to pick up. This is the plan. This is what they're going to do. This is what's going to happen. Here we go. If you believe that they're going to try something like that pandemic-wise or stay in your house and things like that before the election, comment yes or no in the chat right now. I want to see the chat blow up wherever you are. Comment and let's go. All right, let's see who all is in the studio today, ladies and gentlemen. Not Mexican Cartel survived COVID and helped his daughter unload the house just the other day. Tony is in the studio.
I want to see a T-shirt with all that. It goes from the front to the back.
And it gets smaller and smaller as it goes down. All right, producer Royce is in the house.
What's up, guys? I want to explain what I said that you were joking about because nobody heard it. I said we got a YouTube notification. I said it
we
right
were live
before.
on YouTube. Okay, well,
Yeah, well, it's not. It's
I know, but you just busted that out right before we. Anyway, everybody's favorite redneck, Hot Seat Todd, is here.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everybody slept well.
Hope everybody slept well.
Yeah, last night.
Why would people not sleep well?
Well, I never
What
do.
did I miss?
So.
Oh, okay. Anyway, and I'm your host, Graham Allen. I got a shirt.
I need more enthusiasm.
I got a shirt. You guys see the shirts? What do you guys think about the shirts in the comment section? Here's the thing.
I like the shirts.
I got shirts for everybody on the team. Tony, you can get yours today, but I got to mail it to Royce and Todd. I figure the team needs to be have more unity in unity in what we wear and things. And yeah, but nobody can. What is that? Yeah, it's the Army. What is that supposed to? Either way, the point is, if you would like these shirts, let me know. I don't know how many people would rock a Dear America
It's too late.
shirt.
1,000 people have already said, I need that shirt.
and so comment below if you would buy a Dear America shirt, yes or no. Yeah, I'll just be curious to see how many people would rock a shirt that says Dear America on it. That would be interesting to see.
That's going to be our new uniform, you said, right?
We're
going to have to wear those every single day
for
now.
branding purposes. We will all be in unison with Dear America shirts. All right, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Before we do that, we got to get into our first sponsor, which is our good friends at Birch. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we got this pandemic stuff going on. Every social security number in America was just stolen by hackers and is actively right now being sold for the highest bidder on the black market. You can protect your money by going and texting the word Graham. That's GRAHAM to 989898 right now. Or you can go to birchgold.com, but don't do that. Text the word Graham to 989898 right now. They're going to send you a free information kit. I saw someone text the other day or write in the chat, Graham, they just tried to call me when I text them. Well, yes, they have to find out where you live to be able to send you a 25-page free information kit on how gold, silver, and precious metals can protect your money in this crazy world we live in. Do yourself a favor, do your family a favor. Text the word Graham, that's GRAHAM, to 989898 right now. All right, let's get into this stuff here. I didn't see if people would buy the shirt or not. You guys.
The answer is a resounding yes.
Yeah,
Really?
very much so.
All
Yes,
right. Well,
resounding yes.
We may have to put these up for sale then. You know, I like it.
Somebody said they'd take 2.
I like the color. I like the color scheme. I think it works.
It looks good.
So, anyway, all right. RFK. Breaking news on RFK. RFK Jr., Fox News is reporting, has asked the Harris potential administration for a cabinet post in exchange for dropping out / endorsing her, report says. Now, I don't really want to get into, do we believe this to be true? Do we not believe it to be true? I want us to talk about what happens if this, in fact, is the case. What does this hurt Trump? Does this affect things in any other way? Is anybody that's, I think that this hurts Trump if this happens.
Nope.
That's what I think. Why? Why do you think it
Because
does
there's
it?
no way, if RFK endorses Kamala Harris, there's no way Joe Rogan and Aaron Rodgers are voting for Kamala Harris. No way. And they're going to go the opposite direction and come to the Trump side, and it's just going to...
Maybe,
there's no way Joe Rogan's voting for Kamala Harris.
but I also
No
could
way.
see it going. Comment in the chat. Do you think it helps Trump or hurts Trump? Just comment helps or hurts in the chat. I could see it going either way. I see your point. I think that's valid, very valid. However, I see a lot of center-left people that RFK is currently pulling the support from, that I think they go straight to Kamala Harris. Like, oh, okay, RFK's out. Well, we're definitely not voting for Trump. So, we're going to go vote for Kamala Harris.
I agree with you.
I think this is I think RFK is the ultimate like swing card here. I
hope it happens.
He is what Elizabeth Warren was to Bernie Sanders in 2020. The only reason Joe Biden beat Bernie Sanders is because Elizabeth Warren stayed in the race to take away votes from Bernie Sanders. That's it. That's the only reason why Joe Biden pulled it out when it's all said and done. I think you got a Elizabeth Warren situation here.
I really hope it happens, because then I guarantee you we see Donald Trump on the Joe Rogan show. And then you've got Elon and Trump on Twitter. Boom. And then you have Trump on Rogan's show. Bigger boom.
Well,
I think
somebody just said, will you please look up where he buried the Democratic Party in a post and all this stuff? And here's what I'll say to that. He also met with Trump for 2 hours to talk about a Trump position, and then the next day released a phone call from the thing.
It was an accident.
And then it was like, oh, I didn't do it myself.
It was an accident.
I do not trust RFK as far as I could throw him. And so basically, for all I know, he could have made that post to show Kamala Harris that, he could be a thorn in her side. So he better give him a cabinet position, and then he'll turn around and endorse her. I don't like that argument. I think it's a weak argument. Well, he said this on Twitter. Mm-hmm. People don't say what they really think on Twitter, yo. Like the day before Joe Biden dropped out, someone wrote, I'm in this race, I'm the Democratic nominee, and we're going to beat Donald Trump. Okay, yeah, whatever. No, nobody believes it. I'm just saying, if it happens to be true, does it hurt Donald Trump? Does it not hurt Donald? Is there no change at all? I don't think you can make an argument, a solid one, that there's no change. Like there's nothing that happens. There's got to be something. He has a large amount of people that are on board for him because he's still in this thing, getting funding as an independent. So I mean, he holds a lot of votes, and we talked about this. Georgia last year was a 10,000 vote race. Nevada was like a 14,000 vote race. You don't think RFK could affect some things? I don't know if that's true or not.
It just sucks. It's like here in Mississippi, the only reason RFK is holding stuff is because of his last name. Just like Brandon Presley. He was kin to Elvis. That's the only reason. Like, other than that, I would never even knew the dude existed.
Yeah, but Todd, remember, I mean, RFK... for all the people that don't like Harris because she's radically left, and the people that don't like Trump, who they think is radically right conservative, the people that are right in the middle, he's holding a lot of their votes. So if he goes out and he endorses Harris, then yeah, I think it's gonna be like Graham said, to Graham's point. I think it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be an issue, I think.
Anyway, all right, moving on.
respectfully
Facebook is
disagree.
at it again. We know mass censorship is taking over. Well, now Newsweek is reporting that the new movie Reagan, starring Dennis Quaid, it's all about the life of, you guessed it, Ronald Reagan. They are now claiming that Facebook is censoring efforts to promote the film. Go figure. Let's, you know what? Didn't they also do this to Sound of Freedom? Didn't all these hit pieces come out? Didn't all the anti or the hateful articles for the movie about anti-child sex trafficking, they show their true colors? Well, now let's read a little bit here. Let's go on down here. Let's see what we got going. All right, actor Dennis Quaid, let me make this. Actor Dennis Quaid and the marketers behind his upcoming movie about President Ronald Reagan are slamming Facebook for allegedly restricting their ability to promote the film dubbed Reagan and set to open in theaters August 30th. Facebook told Newsweek it may have been a mistake. We just said this yesterday. Every glitch, every mistake, every time there's that's our bad, we didn't mean for that to happen, it's always to the right or the right leaning or the conservative leaning. Do you guys believe this? My chair just broke.
What?
Never mind, I fixed it. Do you guys believe, in the chat, do you guys believe that this was a mistake? Comment yes or no. Do you think it's intentional? I believe it to be absolutely intentional. Quote, Facebook is once again censoring the free flow of ideas, deciding what's best to see and hear. Only this time it's throttling advertising and promotion for my movie about Ronald Reagan, Dennis Quaid said. Let's go down to that other quote at the bottom. Quote, don't let anyone tell you that America's best days are behind her, that the American spirit has been vanquished, reads the quote. Quote, we've seen it triumph too often in our lives to not believe it now. Facebook allowed the post. Oh, okay, that's what they quoted in the ad that they were going to do. Facebook allowed the post but refused to let marketers boost it by way of paid advertisement, according to the letter to Zuckerberg. Also, video clips of Quaid discussing the movie on TV and podcasts that were posted to the Reagan's movie Facebook page caused the social media platform to temporarily suspend the account on at least 2 occasions, according to notices reviewed by Newsweek. Why would Facebook want to censor a movie about Ronald Reagan right before the election? Why? I mean, like riddle me that. Comment in the chat, riddle me that. Anybody got any thoughts?
Well, I just think it's funny that every time they do something like this, they say it's an accident, and it's like, well, we're sorry. Let's reopen it. It's kind of like the old newspaper.
Yeah.
We'll just put it back on page 6B. Well, nobody will pay attention to it.
Every accident only happens to the right. Every
that's a
accident,
fact.
it only happens. And if it only happens to one group of people, it is not an accident. Like, the end. Anyway, comment what you think. We got to move on, but comment what you think in below. Do you believe this to be intentional? Yes or no? I 100% believe it to be on purpose. Yeah. You want to know why? Because they're inviting people like me to the red carpet premiere of the movie in L.A., which I'm not stepping foot in L.A. And I told them, I was like, I'm very flattered. I ain't going to L.A.
I'll go with you, man. I'll keep you protected.
You'll help me speak the language and all that
I'll keep you protected over there with my homies.
Oh, gosh. Anyway, but the point is that's why. Because they're inviting people like us to this movie and can't have that. And so that's why they're blocking it. Same thing with Sound of Freedom, because at the end of the day, there's a bunch of demonic, evil people that want to protect the child sex trafficking rings. So they didn't want the Sound of Freedom to come out. But we got to move on. All right, let's get into our next sponsor, our good friends at Patriot Mobile. First of all, they're a Christian organization. You absolutely should be supporting them. Why support companies that hate you when you can support a company that loves the values that you love? Go to patriotmobile.com/Graham right now. Promo code Graham is going to get you a free month. That simple. The end. They've got this amazing technology called Patriot Mobile One with dual towers. So if you're in a place where the AT&T towers suck, you can move over to Verizon and vice versa. You can keep your phone, you can keep your number and get a new phone, get a new number. Some of you need to just purge some people out of your life anyway, so go ahead and do it now. It's cheap, it's easy, it's free, and as Todd likes to say, when you call customer service, you're talking to an actual English-speaking person that cares about what you care about. Go to patriotmobile.com/Graham right now. Promo code Graham's going to get you a free month. So what are you waiting for? Go to patriotmobile.com/Graham. That's patriotmobile.com/Graham. All right, here we go. We need you to hit the share button, hit that like button, because we got to talk about not the monkeypox, because that's bigoted and racist. The new Mpox. Ladies and gentlemen, we talked about it yesterday, but even since we talked about it yesterday, it is blowing up in the news cycle. It is showing up everywhere. Here we go. Breaking reports. Newark's Mpox. It's so weird. They don't want you to call it monkeypox anymore because this is a new strain.
What about gorilla pox? Can we call
No,
it that?
it's a new strain, Todd. You have to respect the fact that this is a new mutated strain that's going to kill everybody. Either way, Newark's Mpox levels surge in early August wastewater samples. Now, why are we using wastewater samples? Wastewater samples are always used by the CDC and everything to detect early infections of things. So basically, these people are always testing the crap water. They just are. They're always.
It's crap water, though. It's not like we're using it. Why?
No. But they're testing it because what's coming out of you is what's in you. See what I'm saying? And so they test.
And not to mention, like in San Francisco, probably homeless people bathe in that water and then go touch people.
Anyway, but I'm saying that they use this a lot. For the purpose of that, like the CDC's done this a long time. It actually is a very good tool to like detect things early. I will give them that. Either way, recent data from the whatever, what is that? Passaic or Passaic, but whatever Valley Sewage Commission reveals a concerning trend in Mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, but it's 2024. Levels in Newark, New Jersey's wastewater. The charts show that Mpox was initially detected on July 7th, followed by a period of absence in samples. However, a significant spike occurred in early August, with detection on August 4th through 5th reaching the highest concentration observed during the monitored period. This sudden increase in viral presence could indicate a potential outbreak or increased transmission within the community. Let's look at little spikes here. Let's look at the charts. Not that one, the other one. The other
know
one.
what this one means.
Yeah, I don't either. So go.
Oh wait,
to the
detected,
other
not detected. So July.
Okay,
7th.
yeah, but show the graph, the little graph. There you go. All right. So so there's spikes that are happening. I guess again, this doesn't look like a gradual thing like this, which I think would be like more concerning. But we've got like somebody's got it, nobody's got it. Somebody's got it. Oh, they still got it. More people got it. Nobody's got it, And so I don't know. It's weird here too. But this isn't the only place. If you click out of this and go back to Mario. Go back to Mario's post. Click out of this and go down right there. Okay, so it's not just Newark, New Jersey. Mpox allegedly has been detected in, go figure, San Francisco wastewater after World Health Organization declares global emergency. This happened 12 hours after the World Health Organization labeled
San Francisco is like the poop capital.
A new emergency. Unconfirmed reports suggest Mpox, also known as monkeypox, has been allegedly detected in the wastewater of 2 San Francisco districts, Oceanside and southeastern part of the city. These findings come shortly after the World Health Organization, 12 hours, after the World Health Organization declared monkeypox a global health emergency. My, oh my, what a convenient thing right now. Do you believe that this is all part of the plan? Comment yes or no in the chat. Yes, Todd.
So this could, honestly, this is how they're going to spread this. And this is something that I was thinking about last night. They use this like waste water and different filtration systems to water plants, crops, things of that nature. So it's getting all over your corn, lettuce, and stuff like that, and it's going to spread like a wildfire.
And that's a good point, Todd. Remember when we said that I believe the plan this time around is, you're going to make people... You're gonna make people afraid to go outside because now they're saying, it can live on doorknobs, it can do this and can do that, but then they're also going to go after the food supply.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to do.
Do not
across the
buy
board.
California oranges.
And remember that the WHO was back when the COVID hit. They were working hand in hand with Dr. Fauci. And it turns out, what was it, like
Devil.
6 months ago? He came out in the congressional hearing that they were lying about everything.
Yeah, and
So,
he just got COVID again 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and he's had 6 vaccines.
Yeah, so what really can we believe? I mean,
Nothing.
Everything these people are spewing out is
Believe
all
nothing,
BS.
question everything. The end. All right, but we got more. Let's go here on this monkeypox stuff. I'm telling you, this is some crazy stuff that's going on at just the right time. Pakistan is now detecting it. So we're popping up worldwide things.
Please,
Watch.
God, be the bad one.
I would not be shocked if the
Sorry,
UK
bro.
if the UK pops up next. How much you want to bet? Next country? I bet the UK. I bet the UK's next. It's my next prediction. Comment your prediction in the chat. What's the next country that's going to get it? Maybe Canada.
China.
Maybe Canada or the
China.
UK.
So are we already considered to have it?
Yeah,
Like,
it's
what do you
here.
mean?
It's here.
It's
No,
here.
no, they've already declared it a global emergency.
Dude, have you not
and
seen
now
the
it's
video?
popping
Have
up
you not seen
everywhere.
There is a video out there of a dude from San Francisco. He's in the mirror of his bathroom showing the little.
That's from 2 years ago.
That's 2 years
That's
ago.
an old
Oh,
But
okay.
but that is what monkeypox does, though.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
is the
so
same
it
thing.
is from 2 years ago, but that is what monkeypox does. The problem is now they're saying that it is a new strand. So I see all the comments again. Everybody's like, doesn't this affect a certain demographic of people living a certain way? You're not wrong, but the problem is they're now claiming that it is a different virus and you can get it by transmission through, like if somebody's got monkeypox and they open a door or they're riding an escalator down, they're now saying, much like the flu, that virus still lives there. And so even though if you didn't have romantic relations with that person, if you touch what they've touched, you can get it too.
Bro,
And
if
so-
somebody's shopping at Walmart and touching shirts and stuff like that, and you buy it and put it on, that's what they're saying.
All I'm saying is this feels very much like the perfect timing for the perfect storm to get as many fearful people to live in fear as possible and to go back inside your homes. Here's my question, and I open it up for the chat right now. If Biden, or around September timeframe, like I believe the 25th Amendment is going to be invoked, we'll talk about that in a minute, or Harris say they're going to literally, I saw a funny thing. Grindr is apparently down, which is like, like a homosexual dating app and whatnot.
Oh.
And Charlie Kirk commented 15 days to slow the spread, ? Cutting it off there, which I thought was genius. And so kudos to Charlie on that one. 15 days to slow the spread of monkeypox comes down from the White House. Are you going to comply? Yes or no? Will you ever allow them to do what they did to us again? Yes or no? My answer is simply, I would rather die on my feet than die cowered in my house like a fearful little child. I will not comply with any such orders, regulations, anything, because I don't have to listen to you when it comes to that stuff, because the Constitution and all is on my side. And my simple answer to any type of mandates is I will not comply. All right,
Me and Graham will be sharing a jail cell together.
I'll be itching like this, but by God, I chose it. You know what I mean? And so the end. I'm not letting anybody tell me anything anymore about any of that. But speaking of the government coming after you, let's talk about our good friends at the IRS. And by good friends, I mean blood-sucking human vampires that have a special answering to the Lord when they get up there. I truly believe it. I think that the Lord's going to go, what were you doing, man? But either way, that's just my personal opinion. But we got to talk to you about our good friends over at Tax Network USA. Do you owe back taxes? Pandemic relief is now over, along with hiring thousands of new agents and field officers. That's right. The Biden administration's coming after your tips. Don't let them let you think anything different. The IRS kicked off 2024 by sending over 5 million pay-up letters to people. Don't waive your rights by speaking these blood-sucking, godless vampires on your own. They are not your friends. Tax Network USA, on the other hand, is a trusted tax relief firm that has saved over $1 billion in back taxes for their clients. Whether you owe 10 grand or 10 million, they can help you. Whether it's business or personal taxes, even if you don't have the means to pay or if you do, they can help you finally resolve your tax burdens once and for all. You can go to tnusa.com/Graham or 1-800-245-6000 for a private free consultation. That's tnusa.com/Graham or 1-800-245-6000 for a private free consultation today. All right, so up next, and this is where we remind you to hit that like button and hit that share button. Kamala Harris and Tim Walz have been under criticism for the fact that they just refuse to talk to the media. They refuse to have an interview across the board. So, in every good Democratic way possible, they said, you know what? We're going to sit down and have an interview. Here you go. This is Kamala Harris having an interview. But what they did instead was they just decided to interview themselves. And it's the most awkward thing that you could possibly imagine. So we're going to watch. We had to watch it, so now you have to watch it too. This is Kamala Harris and Tim Walz's idea of an interview. Let's play it.
Can we just talk about how horrifying this is, though? Like, imagine if
That's
this became
bro.
president.
That is
That
her.
is creepy, dude.
She just told everybody that they have to lock down right when she says that.
Also,
like, that's
why
the
does she
face
have
she makes.
so many teeth? She looks like.
Why does she have so many teeth? She's like Coneheads. You ever see that movie?
Yeah.
Rosa.
It's like it's creepy. Okay,
Yeah, it
anyways.
looks like one of those vampires from Blade 2.
Wow,
All right, play it. Let's go. Let's go.
Tell me about your dad.
I was 19. My little brother, I think, was eight or nine when he passed. After he died, my mom was a stay-at-home mom. She became our rock, and now she had to go out and get work because the medical bills broke her. And Social Security and Social Security survivor benefits. We're fine pulling ourselves up by our bootstraps. We had no boots. That's the boots. So programs that are just fundamental to keeping people from dropping into poverty, but to live with dignity. You keep talking about that.
We can't.
We
Wasn't
pulled
AOC
ourselves up by our bootstraps.
Wasn't
but we
AOC
didn't
the
have
one that-
boots?
that just hammered that not too long ago? Bootstraps. Hang you up by your bootstraps.
Not everybody can pick themselves up by them bootstraps. Well, apparently Tim Walz didn't have bootstraps, but his bootstraps was Social Security and Medicaid and welfare. That's what it was.
Someone on YouTube said, "I'll give you a boot."
I'll give you a boot. Oh gosh. All right, let's keep going. It gets worse. Don't worry. You know, I know. So you're like, it wasn't too terrible. Well, you know, here we go.
That was the good part of it.
Yeah, let's just.
This is it.
We got to find what Kamala Harris says. We have to help people get through a hard time. We can't have a country and policies that let people fall through the cracks. Find me real quick. Find me the one where Tim Walz is talking about white boy tacos or something like that. And that's not a joke. I know it sounds like I just pulled that out, but I didn't. I can't take credit for that. If you just search white boy tacos, it probably pops up like right off the bat.
Awesome.
Yeah, here
What
we
is it,
go.
like tacos with spam in it or something?
Yeah. Here we go. All right, let's play this. Listen to this. Look, this was the interview. Okay, just play it.
Like I have white guy tacos and
What is
like
that?
black
Like mayonnaise and tuna? What do you
Mayonnaise?
ground beef and cheese.
That's
and,
okay. Do you put any flavor in it?
No.
Oh.
Here's the deal. No, they said to be
beef and
careful and
cheese,
let her
that's
know
called
this,
a
that black
taco
pepper is the
mouth
top of the
breather?
spice level in Minnesota, you know.
I'm the first vice president, I believe, who has ever grown chili peppers.
I'm trying to
No way.
expand
We'll
my
figure that-
my food knowledge.
You know, we've got some cantaloupes. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, we got another one. Where's the video of her saying Tim like 47 times?
Right here. Wait. It's about the
I mean,
film.
what was that little segment about? Were they
I
trying
don't,
to
I don't
humanize
know.
them or
He
something?
was talking about white boy tacos, and what I love is she automatically went to
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise and spam. What kind of racist crap is that?
That is a poor attempt at being
For
funny.
the record, I hate mayonnaise, and I'm as white as can be. I'm whitey white, so I don't even want to talk
I
about.
love mayonnaise.
See, and he's
He will
Hispanic.
literally gag with mayonnaise.
The closest I've ever come to stabbing a human being in my life was over mayonnaise. All right, it's another story for another time. All right, hit the play button.
military. What are you talking about?
Hit the play button. Let's go.
I called
was
you,
hoping
Tim.
maybe we wouldn't have to.
I called you, Tim.
Yes,
You didn't answer, Tim.
I know.
What happened?
The most
Pause.
important call
She
of my
just said
life.
Tim like 47 times in 3 seconds. So this is about him missing the call from her to be the vice president, or from her for him to be the vice president. Play it.
It popped up, and we didn't recognize the caller ID, and it went to voicemail.
Hi, this is Jim. I'm not able to answer.
There you go.
All right, pause. Okay, so first of all, this is a lie. All right, and I can debunk this like legitimately because I have received calls from the president of the United States before. The vice president or the president don't just like pick up the phone and is like, hey, yo, like that's not how that works. Okay. Literally the president, the vice president don't not get picked up the phone ever. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Yep. Whenever President Trump would call me, I literally would have text messages and phone calls from other people first. And it's like, yo,
Answer the phone.
you're about to get a call. Answer the freaking phone. Like the end. Like it's like some mob stuff. Like you're getting a call within 5 minutes. Answer the freaking phone. They didn't say freaking. But either way, answer the phone. And then it pops up, no caller ID. And then you put 2 and 2 together. Oh, this text message says president's fixing a call. Now I got a call from no caller ID. It must be the president or the vice president. This is a lie. This did not happen. It's completely fake. And or Tim Walz is the biggest moron in the history of morons because that is how it actually works.
I mean, could it be that he was standing over the call and he was like, I know what she wants. I mean, do I want to do this?
No, I think he probably was just, I don't know, using the bathroom because he had too many white boy tacos. I don't know. Either way, Fox News reports Harris and Walz interview each other while dodging the media and get trashed online. Quote, completely scripted and fake. No. Really? All right. Either way, let's go down here. I want to see some of the comments on Twitter for this stuff. Let's see. Kamala Harris's page said, I could not imagine a better partner than Tim Walz to lead our campaign. This is Blair White, which I don't agree with a lot of what she says. But either way, so your response to accusations of hiding from interviews is to put out a scripted conversation. Very true statement. All right, next. Do we have any more on here? Or here we go. Yep.
That's just her tweet.
Oh, that's just her tweet. Is there any more? Well, we're doing it. Oh, there we go. Oh, the Hodge twins, Keith and Kevin. Here we go. All right. How many times did y'all act this out before you got it right? Completely scripted and fake. I promise you they did it less times than Joe Biden would have had to do it.
No,
and of course, our friends over at In Wokeness said, fakest S I've ever seen. We've got more. What is this? This is Hans. Oh my God, they can't do interviews, so instead they talk to each other and hope we don't notice the difference. Talk to each other about white boy tacos, of which Kamala Harris says some completely racist stuff. This is our good friend ALX. Normal people totally say the person's name they're talking. What did I say? Like 3, dude. She said Tim so many times. Tim. I called you, Tim. You didn't answer, Tim. What was going on, Tim? Tim. Why
evening.
Are you? Good evening.
It's kind of Karen
Good
vibes.
evening.
Man,
I'm
we just
telling you,
talking about practice.
this demon. I'm telling you, like, hey,
Just practice.
You gotta find out the demon's name and like call it by name. That's all I'm saying.
So, Graham, real quick, we all know how we feel about Kamala on the show. How would you feel if she came out? How would you guys feel if she came out and she said, you know, I picked Tim Walz because everybody else said no. So this is who we have. I mean, this is the guy. You know, just
I
this
would
is it.
I
That's
would
what we got.
respect it more. I'd be like,
Yeah.
at least she's honest.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
exactly.
I just want to see a priest throw holy water on her one time just to check. Just to check. I just want to know.
see.
Just to be sure. Just
She starts floating like the exorcist.
Where
She
is
floats
Sam
off
and
the ground.
Dean when you
we
need
need
them?
a young priest and an old priest.
The
Stat.
power of Christ compels you.
Royce is like, what are you guys talking about?
It's a movie called The Exorcist, Royce. They got an old priest and a young priest.
I've never seen it.
Okay, well, it's a joke. I need a young priest and an old priest, like for an exorcism. All right. Anyway, I just want to see what happens. Just see if her head spins. 297 degrees around. Anyway, all right. Let's see here. Okay, I want to talk about Joe Biden. All right, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, and after we talked about it, some more stuff has come down. Okay, Biden is doing more and more like it's weird, and this is why I think the 25th Amendment is in play in September. They're letting the dude go out and talk again. Did you notice that when they were announcing Kamala and all this stuff, this dude was in the basement, yo. Like do not let him out at all. Now all of a sudden they're letting Joe Biden out again. Now these are small clips here, okay? Oh, Royce, while we're playing this, I also want you to type in the word separate ways in Twitter. Because when they walk away from their little rally they did, they part like this, and the irony of the song Separate Ways being played in the background is just, it's remarkable.
It might be copyright, so I don't know if we can play
Oh,
it.
my gosh. All right, fine. Anyway, this is Biden says, you'll just see. Biden confirmed that Kamala Harris is directly tied to the regime's current disastrous economic record. Now, this is important when we get to her economic policies that she just released this morning. That's why you need to hit that like button, hit that share button. Here we go.
How much does it bother you that Vice President Harris might soon, for political reasons, start to distance herself from your economic
She's not going to.
You don't think she's going to? Mr. President?
There it is. Okay. All right. So that is Biden confirming the fact that she's directly tied with the current economic things, but he's also saying this chick, like my stuff is working. Like she's going to do what I've done. She's going to advance what I have done. She's stepping in to advance the Biden agenda and the Biden administration's policies because they're working. Remember, we showed you a clip just yesterday where he yelled at reporters saying, "My policies ain't working. Start writing about it," kind of thing. Like this dude's starting to, he's starting to become kind of agitated in those regards, right? Okay, these little slips right here are going to start happening more and more and more and more. I am telling you that I'm telling you. I've heard rumors. Jack Posobiec also said this as well. Rumors are circulating that they're letting this dude start get out a little bit more, because Kamala wants the 25th Amendment, and she's got the Senate votes to get it done. She really does. She's got the votes.
And remember, what was it, like 2 weeks ago, Trump came out and he said that Biden feels like he got pushed out and he might challenge at the DNC.
And I'm telling you, look, a true power move on Kamala Harris's play would be to push Joe Biden out, officially be sworn in as the president of the United States. She's guaranteed Secret Service protection for the rest of her life, for the rest of her life, win or lose against Donald Trump. All right, let's get into this little rally.
Are you not given Secret Service protection as a VP?
Not for the rest of your life, no.
Okay.
All right. Let's see here. I think you are for a time. I think it's like 4 to 6 years after, but not for the rest of your life. All right. So this is Joe Biden. This is from Trump War Room.
This is their walkout.
This is just their walkout. Just pay attention to it, because Biden's full of vigor. Here we go. Where are we? Panama.
He's like a wood plank. His arms.
He almost did like the Catholic thing.
Good Lord.
Dude, look how careful he has to be walking. Kamala Harris is like, let's get to the freaking podium already.
Listen to the music behind them.
Whoa. Oh.
That was a bit awkward.
Look at that ally that was there. All right, so this is Biden talking about the Project 2025. And again, this is where things start to get kind of weird. Biden has said he's not running. Kamala Harris is presumptively going to formally accept the Democrat nomination next week. But yet Biden is just play it. Back it up.
Beat the hell out of them.
There we go. All right. Now
Let me tell you what our Project 2025 is.
Hour.
Beat the hell out of them.
Okay.
I mean it.
Again, I mean it. But again, let me tell you what our Project 2025 what are you talking about? Our. Why are you talking? Like you're not running. Like why is he talking at all? And again, these are the questions I think you got to ask yourselves here. Nobody liked Joe Biden. It's why they pushed him out. Why are they having him all of a sudden start talking again? You know, like these are the weird things I'm trying to. That there's no plus side to Joe Biden speaking on a national level to anyone at rallies. There's none. There's no plus side, right? So there has to be an ulterior motive in this. I think it's to have him show more and more and more cognitive decline and get him out. But either way, keep going. This is Biden rambling about something. Let's play this.
The reason I say it is not to make a political point about them not if they've gotten elected, but guess what?
Lick 'em.
They want to. The guy we're running against. What's his name?
Uncle Bozy.
Donald Dump or Donald whatever.
The sad part is that wasn't a joke. He really couldn't remember his name.
No kidding.
Donald Duck, Donald Dump,
Leg
Trump,
hair.
just
Leg hair.
corn pop.
Okay. Uncle Bozy.
Tater tot. Tater was a bad dude.
Cannibals and Uncle Bozy.
Anyway,
and to your point, Graham, that's a very good point because with that clip, if they're just showcasing him around because his cognitive
I'm telling you,
abilities are gone.
But
it doesn't make any sense to have him out
devil's
there.
advocate
Yeah, it does not
here,
make any sense.
devil's advocate, because I don't know the answer to the question, like why they're bringing, Walter out right now. Even if they invoke the 25th Amendment, they have to get 2/3 from both from Congress to do it. Do you think they have it?
I do think they have it.
Even
Yeah.
with the GOP?
You mean the 1% of those that are actually GOP people? Yeah. I absolutely think that there's a pathway to that. 100%.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Again, you're thinking in rational terms, bro. Kamala Harris is the nominee, presumptive, that no one voted for. Like we are living in a time where it's like, oh, that would never happen. Are you sure about that? I don't know at all. All I'm saying is, from a strategic standpoint, it makes zero sense to have Joe Biden speak at all. He's out. He's out of the race. He's out. Why have him there? You see what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make Elizabeth Warren isn't out there doing campaign things and speaking and all this other kind of. Why is Joe Biden out there? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But let's listen to Kamala Harris, because Kamala Harris wants you to know that the guy that just dropped out of the race is extraordinary. Play it.
Our extraordinary President Joe Biden.
Extraordinary.
Look at him standing there. So sad.
And he's going to speak in a minute, but there's a lot of love in this room for our president.
I love this room for our president. I love it.
Where's the bathroom?
Listen, the way she talks and the way
I
she
love
just
it.
stands there is so awkward.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I don't care who you're voting for. You can't watch that and be like, that's kind of awkward.
The greatest president of our lifetime, Joe Biden, who just dropped out, and I stole the race from him, and I'm standing here. Look at him. That dude doesn't know where he's at all. Okay. All right. Kamala Harris on the Inflation Reduction Act. Let's listen to this here.
2 years ago, as vice president, I was proud to cast the tie-breaking vote that sent the bill
Stop touching people,
that
Joe.
gave Medicare the power to negotiate and let it get to the president's desk. And I was proud when our president, Joe Biden, signed that bill into law.
Okay, so there we go. We have to remember that Kamala Harris just incriminated herself right there. Okay, the Inflation Reduction Act did nothing. Okay, inflation is insane. Our economy is crap. And she just said right there, you cannot let her separate herself from Joe Biden's horrific administration. She said she was the deciding, casting vote as the vice president to push it through. In other words, that means that it was split, and they needed the vice president to come up in there and cast that deciding vote to get it done. All right, let's go to this next thing. What's this 5,000 tax credit? I don't remember this one. Let's go to that.
This is the Hodge twins.
Oh, okay. All right. So I want to remind you, I think just this past week, that J.D. Vance said that he thinks we need a $5,000 tax credit per child to incentivize Americans to have more kids. Now, I think the current tax credit is what, $3,000? Is that what it is?
3,500, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Well, either way, all right. So, and then the left lost their mind about it. Okay. But let's go to her current policies that she just unveiled here. All right, I want to go to it. All right, so remember that J.D. Vance says 5,000. The left loses their mind. All right, so CNBC has published this initially here. Harris' economic plan features new tax cut, housing incentives, and price caps. This is where we remind you to hit that like button, hit that share button, because we're going to tear this apart. All right. Key points. Vice President Kamala Harris will unveil a new package of economic proposals that she would prioritize in her first 100 days in office. The policies include a ban on corporate price gouging to lower the cost of groceries and prescription drugs. Donald Trump has done this too. That's something that every politician does. That's like everybody's got to throw that in there. Go after the big, pharmacy drug people, all this stuff. All right, let's go down. It talks about the points here. Let's go. Go. Keep going. Groceries and food. In an effort to tackle the stubbornly high prices of groceries, Harris will work with Congress to advance the first ever federal ban on corporate price gouging on food and groceries. Let me remind you that she is the current vice president of the United States, and she could be doing this right now. And the fact that she's not doing it right now means that she will not do it once she is in office. Keep going. Next point. We're just gonna tackle these things one by one. The affordable housing and rent. So Harris's plan would help cash-strapped renters by blocking data firms from hiking lease rates and by preventing Wall Street investors from buying homes in bulk to resell at a premium. Now, on the surface, go back up to it. On the surface, that may seem like a good idea, but let me explain how the world works for a minute. Okay, people buy massive apartment complexes, they buy up houses and rent them out and all this other stuff. By making it illegal for them to adjust for inflation of the economy, guess what's going to happen? Nobody's going to buy this stuff. Construction's not going to happen, and there's going to be no places to rent. All right? Let's go down. Let's keep going. We're going to debunk all this stuff here. Harris will also call, here it is, for the U.S. to construct 3 million new housing units over the next 4 years. In order to facilitate that, she will call for a new tax incentives for builders who construct starter homes. In other words, government housing. That's what that is. Yep. That's massive government housing, and you're going to get builders to have to do it at a government rate, and then they're going to backfill the builders on the back end.
And 2 words if you own land. Eminent domain.
Correct. All right. And here's the best part. Here's the ultimate lie that a lot of young people will fall for if you're a first-time home buyer. As the supply of entry-level homes expanded, the Harris plan would, quote, provide working families who have paid their rent on time for 2 years and are buying their first home up to $25,000 in a down payment assistance with more generous support for first-generation homeowners. So in other words, it doesn't matter what your credit is. If you paid rent on time, you're going to get $25,000 to down payment. Now, that sounds like a good idea. And a lot of people are like, oh, that would let me get into a house. But what they don't tell you is if you're buying a house that's $500,000, they're going to give you $25,000 for a down payment. Really what they're going to do is they're going to eliminate the down payment, and your $500,000 house is now $525,000 house. but your house doesn't appraise for $525, but they're giving you this credit. So when you eventually want to sell your home, you're actually underneath your home already. And these are the things that they don't tell you about this stuff. Healthcare costs. Let's keep going here. Harris would seek to expand the Biden administration's landmark $35 price cap on insulin for Medicare recipients to cover insulin for all Americans, not just the elderly. Tony, you deal with insulin. Can you give us a thing here? Is this something that Biden did, or is this in fact something that Trump did?
No, Trump started it back in when he took office. So everybody has to remember when Obamacare rolled out. I don't know how many of you are diabetics in the chat or have family members who are diabetic. Back before Obamacare rolled out, there was a copay on insulin, like all medication. And when Obamacare rolled out, it opened up the floodgates to all the pharmaceutical companies to just price gouge. And people were having to decide whether to buy insulin at $100 and some dollars a bottle or buying food. There was just no in between there because the pharmaceutical companies and all the healthcare system was just driving the price through the roof. And so when Trump came into office, he was working with the pharmaceutical companies, and I think it was in 2020 when he started with the whole Medicare thing, where he tried to put a price lock of $35 per vial so people can afford it. But
they're lying.
Yes,
Yes.
And the Biden administration, I think in 2023, said that it was their idea, even though Trump started it in 2020 to try to help people in Medicare and people with diabetes to have a cap of $35 per vial, and that's what it is now. But again, the Biden administration is saying that they came up with that idea when it was actually Trump in 2020 that started it. So,
okay, all right, there you go. Good insight. Royce, can you pull up? I sent it in the chat. The Kamala Harris, if you want to be a volunteer or whatever thing, can you pull that up? Because I want to talk about that for a second before we move on. And we're going to show you CNN completely melting down on Nancy Mace for calling Kamala the wrong name. But that's because of these are the people that we're dealing with in regards to this. I want to show you, this is actually on Kamala. No, not this one. I want to show the Kamala Harris thing. Yeah, before we show this. And because it'll give context of who we're dealing with in our society here. When you go to be a volunteer or go to apply for a job with the Kamala Harris campaign, you will be met with this type of deal here. If we can pull it up.
I'm not seeing it in the chat.
That is impossible. Let me go find it.
Hold on.
Real quick. Talk amongst yourselves while we do this here.
Anyway, so I was thinking about this last night. Just like the Constitution has checks and balances, so does nature. All right. When you're talking about the monkeypox, when you're talking about the sexual immorality and the I can't say the words or Royce, I'll get in trouble. Y'all get what I'm saying?
I do.
All right. When the cheetah goes out and attacks the lamest gazelle, it strengthens the herd. Now they can populate a stronger herd. Mm-hmm. So that's God's way. Monkeypox, that's God's way and nature's way of saying, hey, you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. Stop it now. So I'm going to thin out the herd. All right. Also, with men trying to be men, we, the American Christian conservative families, are having children, raising them right, putting them out into the world, while the other ones are either not having children or killing their children. That's nature's way of thinning the herd.
Exactly.
So people ask me all the time, well, what do I do? Keep doing what you're doing. Raise your family right. Raise your kids right. The people around you, the folks in your circle, worry about those folks, and eventually, we'll get there.
Correct. All right.
I
Now,
didn't realize this was a volunteer thing. I thought
Yes.
this is just on.
Yes.
That's
I
awesome.
literally
All right.
tweeted this.
okay, so here we go. So I want to show you what we're dealing with here. If you want to work for or volunteer with the Kamala Harris thing, you got to do your stuff, and then look at all the pronouns we've got. We've got he, him.
What's a
She,
fake bear?
We got he, him, she, her, they, them, they, them, they, here, am, her, fay, fair, and hoo-hoo. We got hoo-hoo. That's what my daughter calls her private part. We got make sure you wash your hoo-hoo. Like, what are you talking? Who is identifying as a hoo-hoo? You're literally. That's how the Who people in the Grinch identify. They're Who's.
Well, you know what? I don't see one for those people who dress up as like animals. What do they call themselves?
Where is crazy? Where is crazy?
Yeah.
Where is that at? Where is testicle? Where is that? Where is patriotic? Where is that? Where
Furries. That's what they call them. Where's furries?
American. Where is this? You mentally unstable. When are we going to stop promoting mental illness? I'm telling you right now, do you want anyone in charge of anything in your life that thinks that they are a hoo-hoo or a fay-fair? What does the hoo-hoo mean?
That's why I just Googled it. That's why
The pronoun who is a gender-neutral pronoun that is sometimes used by non-binary people. It is pronounced Hyam or whom, and is a shortened version of the word human. Oh, so they're a human.
What?
Human squared, a hoo-hoo. They're a who is a third person pronoun that refers to both men and women. Okay. All right. Can we do fay-fair? I want to see what fay-fair is pronoun. I want to.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. If I'm walking down the street and I come up to you and I go, "Hey, what's up, man?" Or "What's up, dog?" Excuse me, my pronouns are fay-fur. I'm a ninja kick you in the throat.
Hold on, let's find out. I want to know what fay-fair is, or fay-fur, or whatever. AI doesn't even know what it is.
It doesn't.
He doesn't even know what it is.
You spelled it wrong.
Go to Reddit. Let's see what Reddit has to say. I want to get to the bottom of this.
About Reddit, but okay.
Let's see. Very fair pronouns are pronouns recently introduced pronouns like they, them, they, him, mostly used by non-binary people. So non-binary people just whatever. Just, they, them, Nahum. Nahum sounds like a ancient like dictator
like on Lord of the Rings.
that we fought in the Crusades. You know what I'm saying? Like we had to fight the Battle of Nahum. Dude, it's so these people are mentally insane. All right, they, here is a set of gender-neutral pronouns that are used in place of she, he, they, and her, hers, him, his, they, theirs. They is pronounced like Z, Z, and can also be spelled Z-I-E or X-E. H-I-R is pronounced like here. For example, Chris ate here food because Zay was hungry. Oh my gosh. Listen to this sentence. Hold on. Zay is pronounced Z. Okay, here we go. Chris ate Chris ate here food because Z was hungry.
What?
Riddle me that. That's a math equation. That's what that is. That is a riddle that Nicolas Cage and National Treasure can't solve. What is this?
Have any of you ever been in a conversation with somebody who's non-binary or whatever they are? I mean, whatever.
No, they won't talk to me because I'm evil and bigoted.
How about you, Royce or Todd? Have you guys ever?
No, because I haven't been to prison.
Well, okay. So while I was working at my family's restaurant, we used to have people that come in there all the time. They're like, "Oh, I don't go by,
Steven."
or whatever, people would come in and I would be like, "Hey guys, how you guys doing today?" And they were like, "Oh, we're, our pronouns are he, her." I was like, "I'm not going to do that. So if you guys don't like how I'm speaking to you, there's the door. Sorry guys."
Dude,
I'm not going to do that.
I've had people call me Grant before and I'm like, "Oh yeah, nice to meet you." I don't go, "Actually, my name is Graham, you bigot."
Yeah. Here's the deal. Listen, if you want to identify as a furry, if you want to identify as a faux, figure, whatever, that's fine.
Is it?
I'm not calling you that.
Don't say that again.
Dude.
That was whoa.
I'm not calling you that.
I will
respect
man.
you.
Dang. That's one letter off, bro. One letter off. Dang.
I will respectfully call you by your name. Okay, that's what you're getting. If your name is Tim, I'll call you Tim. If you're a dude whose name is Tim and then you change your name to Tina, It's your legal name is Tina. I'll call you Tina. I'm not using your pronouns.
I'm not
think I'm
calling
gonna
you
get a
nothing. I'm
whiteboard.
calling you dude. I called, hey, dude, come here. I mean, like, you know, like, forget
I call
you.
everybody dude. Yeah.
All right,
Look,
the
I'm
point-
gonna get a whiteboard strikes for Todd for when he says stuff. It's
dude, that was so
Todd,
close,
dude.
bro. I skipped a heartbeat when you were. I thought you were about to drop the hard
Again,
end on
just
there.
like,
and I was
just like when
oh,
I'm
boy.
driving down the road. But did you die?
All right, here we go. This is why I bring it up. I know. Go to Nancy Mace. Why I bring all that up is the same people that can't figure out what pronouns are. These people have a conniption fit over her saying Kamala instead of Kamala or Kamala or whatever. And then they literally say the problem with it is she's a white woman talking down to a black woman, and that's the problem. Listen to this.
Harris by saying you will call her whatever you want. I know you don't intend it to be that way. That's the history and legacy of white disregard for the humanity of black people.
So now you're calling me racist.
I didn't say. I just said you weren't a
BS.
racist.
That is complete.
No, you don't have
BS.
to intend racism to
No.
accomplish
You are
it.
intending that
Your
I am
disrespect
racist,
of Kamala
and
Harris
that
is part and parcel of a tradition
wait,
of disrespect.
It's offensive,
Congresswoman,
and it's
why can't you
it's
just?
offensive.
I'm not calling you a
Disgusting.
racist.
No,
I'm saying
you are.
what the
You
practice
are.
is
You
racist.
are. You absolutely
I'm
are.
saying the
And
practice
let me get
disrespecting. No, what's disgusting
That
is
is
your
disgusting.
disrespect of her.
Professor.
This gentleman said,
You know what?
I
You know
didn't know
what's
her name.
disgusting
He's
to
trying
women
to do
is
it.
her disrespect of women. She doesn't know what a woman is. And if 25 years ago,
White
I
women don't
became-
have the ability to tell black women who paid the price of blood to make this country what it is to tell them they're not real women.
What?
25
Pause.
years ago.
What price of blood did Kamala Harris pay in slavery? I'm sorry. Did I miss the point where she was owned by white people? What are we talking about?
Yeah, and her ancestors owned slaves.
Yeah, continue. Just this guy's an idiot. Go
5
ahead.
years ago,
Respected
I
your
became
humanity.
the first woman to graduate from the Citadel, the military college of South Carolina. I
So call her
fought my
name
way
right.
through it.
So
Tooth
pronounce
and
her
nail,
name
blood,
right.
sweat,
Let
and
me
tears.
actually
So pronounce her name
and
right.
Kamala Harris, if I
Kamala,
were a man,
Kamala. You said
I
this
will
before.
say
You Nancy
anything that I
Nancy.
want.
It's
Come on,
Kamala.
it's
You're
Kamala.
doing
Dude,
this on
I would
purpose.
slap
listen.
that dude right out of his chair.
You can't expect people to
If
respect
a
your
man
service
put on
if
a
you don't
skirt
respect
and walked
hers.
that stage 25 years ago, she
You're a
would have
white
said
woman
it. She would have
disrespecting a
taken
black
that
woman. That is
achievement away from
problematic.
women.
Pause.
God.
You're a white woman disrespecting a black woman, and that is problematic. Why can't you say Kamala instead of Kamala? Well, I view it as it's a accent thing. Like one of my military buddies, we almost got in a fight one time because he was like, "Can you hand me hey, do you have a pen?" And I was like, "Yeah, here's a pen." And he goes, No, it's pen." I was like, "Yeah, that's what I said, pen." He goes, "No, it's pen." And I was like, "No, it's pin. That's what I said." And it's just a different way of saying it.
Yeah,
Like
like
I say
COVID.
this is a pin, and other people call it a pen. You know, and I was like,
it is spelled pen.
I know, but I call it a pin, and everybody knows what I'm talking about. Shut your stupid mouths. Who
I'm
gives
going to
a
remember
flying
that the next
anything?
time I say COVID.
Well, exactly, but I understand that. Well, no, you are intentionally. No. Hold on. I don't mind you saying COVID like that, like you do. You go COVID.
COVID.
You do that id on purpose, just like you draw that out on purpose.
No, but
I'm
you
from the
just
same-
said this is how I say it.
Yours
Shut your
doesn't
mouth.
work because I grew up 2 miles down the road from you in the same area. No, we do not talk that way. Like, you do it on purpose. Either way, back to the point. The same guy told me his name was Ken. I was like, "Hey, what's up, Ken?" He goes, "No, my name is Ken." Like, that's what I said.
Oh,
Ken.
Ken.
And
Good
he
old
goes,
Ken.
He goes, "No, my name is Ken." I said, "Dude, what are we talking about right now? I'm calling you your name is Ken. I got it. No, my name is Ken." Okay. And so I contributed to nothing more than a look. She wants Kamala, tomato. Shut up with your stupid stuff. The more problematic thing is you got a bunch of black dudes ganging up on a white girl saying that you are a white woman disrespecting a black woman, and that is problematic. Shut your stupid mouth. Nobody cares about your stupid race baiting stuff that you don't care about ever. Nobody cared about how to pronounce Kamala Harris's name until they finally decided she wanted to be black instead of whatever else. Shut up. I'm sick of it. I can't stand it.
So nobody knows how to say Vivek's name.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that it's even
I say
Vivek.
Vivek, and
So do
apparently it's Vivek.
Trump doesn't say it. Listen, I've never seen a news clip where they're like, you're a white person talking about an Indian person, and that's probably
How dare
you say Vivek?
If he was Democrat, they would. If he was a
You're
Democrat, they'd
probably
lose
right.
their mind. And the reason I brought up all the pronoun stuff is because these are the same people that go by hoo-hoo as a pronoun. Oh, what's your pronouns? My no space. That's my nothing box. My vajay. What are your pronouns? Vajay who? That's my pronouns. Like, what are you talking about? Jeez almighty, dude. I can't. All right, moving on. Let's get to Donald Trump. Some sanity in here to end this thing out. Why don't we do that? This is a very powerful moment on Trump talking about God. And again, I say, if you believe that it was an act of God that saved Trump's life against the assassination attempt, comment yes or no in the chat right now. Listen to what the president has to say.
Thank you, President Trump. You've spoken very passionately about how God saved your life. And I'm wondering, have you put much thought into why God saved your life? As in, for what purpose has he been shielding and protecting you?
So, I don't know if you heard the question. You've spoken about God saving your life. That I've spoken passionately about it. And something happened because that was a miracle. I never looked that way. The audience was massive and it was in front of me. I never have that particular graph. That was a graph on, as you all know now, that it's very, I think everyone knows it very well, but it showed the great numbers on illegal immigration. It was the lowest point we've ever had. And it was one that I use less than 20% of the time. It's always at the end of the speech, not at the beginning of the speech. And it's always on the left side, not the right side. And yet, for some reason, I called it. It's not on a teleprompter. I do things largely without a teleprompter, frankly, because it's hard to hold an audience if you're going to go for an hour and a half or 2 hours reading a script. And I just talked about it, and I moved to my right, turned sharply to my right, ping. And if I didn't do that, I'm not here with you. So, yeah, God has something to do with it. It's a miracle, and God had something to do with it. And maybe it's we want to save the world. This world is going down. This world is going down. So it could be. But I believe that. I believe that my sons are very good shooters. They're like scratch golfers, better, relatively speaking, with shooters, great shooters. And Eric and Don both told me from 130 yards. I said, well, that's pretty far away, isn't it? They said, no, that's like a 1-foot putt with, weapons like the one being used. Plus, he was a good shooter. This guy was a good shooter. He went to the range and shot a lot, and he was supposed to be a pretty good shooter. They said a bad shooter would hit the target almost 100% of the time. So something happened. And I have to say the Secret Service sniper did an amazing job.
You got the point. Well, what I love about that is he didn't say, yeah, God spared me to absolutely save the world. There was humility in the statement, which, Trump is, he's like the guy on Guardians of the Galaxy. I too am incredibly humble. That's
Drax.
Trump a little bit. Yeah.
Drax.
Well, anyway, but for Trump to say, something happened and, maybe God saved me because, we want to save the world, not because I'm going to save the world or I'm the guy that can save the world. And he said, we, like the whole team. I thought that was, I think that I do. I believe Donald Trump is not perfect. Do not get me wrong. I don't think you walk away from a situation like that, a situation like that unchanged in some way. And I think I think Trump met God there.
Well, Grim, we both know that. We've had personal experiences with that. Like you don't walk away from a near-death experience the same person. You really respect life. You respect things. Your mentality changes when those type of things happen. So, yeah, of course he's different. I completely understand why he is the way he is. Now,
this is something interesting here. And this is, let's go to this next thing, the info one. This is something interesting. Did President Trump just insinuate that they are going to release something on Kamala at the right time? You'll hear him say these words. People don't know who she is. When they find out, I think you're going to see something. Possibly an October surprise. Play the clip.
People don't know who she is. She's a radical left socialist. But beyond that, I mean, she's way beyond socialism, who's going to destroy our country. And when they find out, I think you're going to see something. But right now, even not knowing her, and with all of the, like the cover of Time magazine.
When you find out, I think you're going to see something. Does President Trump have an October surprise for Kamala Harris? Do they have something that's going to show the world all the lies that she is speaking every single day, that she is not who she pretends to be? What does Trump have up his sleeve? That's very interesting to me. That's very interesting. And it's almost like a shot across the bow a little bit. Like, all right, chick, you want to stay in this thing? You want to keep it going? Like, all right, are you ready for, what we have on you that we have on you? Seemed like a very political, like, shot across the bow to me. And that would be interesting. This is a reporter saying this. Many of your allies say you need to stop with the personal attacks on Kamala Harris, and this is Trump's response. Listen to this. I thought this is very good.
Many of your allies who want you to win in November say your current strategy isn't working, that you need to stop with the personal attacks on Kamala Harris and deliver a more disciplined message. They're talking about Nikki Haley, by the way. Nikki Haley went on whatever it was and basically, like, after she just endorsed Trump, like, pretty much just skull dragged him. Really? And it was like, all these personal attacks, we need to stop with this. We need to focus on this. We need to blah, blah, blah. They're talking about Nikki Haley here. Play it. Do you agree? And also, you added more people to your campaign today. Is that a sign of a shifting strategy?
No, I think it's a sign of we want to close it out. We have great people. Susie is fantastic, as you know, and Chris is fantastic. They're leading it. Corey Lewandowski's coming in. He'll be, personal envoy, or he'll be at some level. They're going to be, they're doing a great job. Look, we've taken, with all of the abuse we've taken from the fake news media, all of this horrific abuse we take, and all I want to do is make the country good. All I want to do is have strong borders and good education. We want to have choice for education. So important, so many different things. You would think it would be the other way. We rebuilt the military. We did so many great things. But that's the way it's been for Republicans, and I guess more so for me than anybody in history, and that's okay. Because we're leading in the polls. For the most part, we're leading in the polls. We were leading Biden by a lot. We're leading now, but I think when she's exposed, I think we're going to beat her by a lot more than we would have.
Pause. So there, he just said it again. Did you catch that? When she's exposed, I think we're. What does the Trump campaign have? That's very interesting. All right, keep playing, but he just said it again.
Because he had a little group of people that have been voting for him for a long time. She doesn't have that. People don't know who she is. As far as the personal attacks, because of what she's done to the country. I'm very angry at her that she'd weaponized the justice system against me and other people. Very angry at her. I think I'm entitled to personal attacks. I don't have a lot of respect for her. I don't have a lot of respect for her intelligence. And I think she'll be a terrible president. And I think it's very important that we win. And whether the personal attacks are good, bad, I mean, she certainly attacks me personally. She actually called me weird. He's weird. It was just a soundbite. And she called J.D. and I weird. He's not weird. He was a great student at Yale. He went to Ohio State, graduated in 2 years.
I agree.
And can we be
absolutely
honest
do
here?
the personal attacks? But go ahead.
The only reason they're calling it personal attacks is because she's a minority female.
That's it. It is because she's a female.
If Kamala was a white dude, nobody would care.
Correct. All right. I want to end this out on Trump's TikTok, latest TikTok here, which I thought this was genius. Let's play this because it's very good. So here we go.
Look at this. This is the cost of food. This is the cost of your basics. Every single thing is up. Eggs up 48%. Cookies up 27%. Look at what's going on. Butter up 31%. And this is just the beginning. It's a disaster. Look at this.
This is where you have to keep hammering, okay? Because Kamala Harris just said in that previous clip that she cast the deciding vote for that Inflation Reduction Act, all right? She did. She took sole responsibility for it. You cannot let her separate herself from that. She incriminated herself. I cast the deciding vote on the Inflation Reduction Act, and it's not working. So therefore, she is to blame. She is to blame. How is she going to fix something that she is the one that is responsible for? Do not let her separate herself from that.
And we debunked earlier. We debunked all of her little policies except for one, and that is the price gouging thing. Listen, if you make American companies, if you have a standard price for American companies, what's going to happen is you're going to see jobs go away. You're going to see production stop. You're going to see shortages. That's what we do. That's what it is, supply versus demand. All right. That's not going to work. There's no way that if you say Wonder Bread, Sunbeam, blah, blah, y'all can only charge $3.50 for bread. That's it. That'll destroy this economy.
Yep. I mean, there you go. At the end of it, baked goods up 27%, cereal up 26%, meat and poultry up 24%, children's food 24%. So an average of 25%. Everything across the board is an average of 25% up. After Kamala Harris cast the deciding vote to pass the Inflation Reduction Act, which isn't working. Never let her separate herself from the failed policies of which she is absolutely attached to. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all we have for this episode. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Please, this is where we remind you to hit that like button. The more you hit the like button, the more people see it. Make sure to hit that follow button. Please go back and leave us a comment in the comment section. We do so love to hear your opinion. And wherever you're watching this, make sure to hit that share button so people see it far and wide. Next week's going to be a wild week. DNC convention is going on. And so we're going to talk as a team. We're going to see what's going on here. Maybe we live stream Tim Walz's Tim Walz's speech and then Kamala Harris' speech. We're going to, I think we may do that just to see. Maybe we can fact check in real time.
Where is it at?
Things like that. It's in Chicago. And anyway, maybe we can fact check that stuff in real time. If that's something, you let us know. Would you be interested in that, or do you not give a crap about the DNC? Just comment yes or no if you'd like us to do that, and then we'll talk about it as a team. That's all we have for this week. We'll see you same time, same place, starting Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Let's go ahead and pray this thing out before we go to super questions, though. All right, dear Lord, we are in some interesting times here in our country. A lot of fear is getting ready to take over again with these viruses that are popping up across the board. There's uncertainty all across the land, but we know that certainty and hope and peace and joy is found in you. Lord, we know that there are many people that are dealing with so many things, Lord, financial strain, marital strain, fear, anxiety, depression, thoughts of suicide, and the list goes on and on, but we know that you are the ultimate healer. Lord, we also know that there may be some people watching right now that have never made that decision to invite you into their lives. We also realize that maybe there's some people that have made that, but they've fallen away from you and they want to come back home. So Lord, we pray this prayer. Lord, we ask you to forgive us our sins, both known and unknown. We ask you to make our heart new today and every day moving forward. From this point forward, we don't want you just as the Savior of our life. We want you as the Lord of our life as well. From this moment forward, every step we take is in the footsteps that you've laid out before us. We thank you for your grace and your mercy in sending your only Son, Jesus, to die on the cross for us. Lord, from this moment forward, we are a new being created for you, by you, through you to advance your kingdom. We thank you for your love. We thank you for your grace and your mercy. And all God's people said,
Amen.
All right, let's do super questions. Let's do it.
Hallelujah. All right. So there was a super question when you had to leave yesterday.
Okay.
And it was about your thoughts on Julie Green.
I'm actually going to have to look at that.
I don't know who that is.
Hold on. Maybe I'm just not putting it together right this second. Is it the artist?
Yes.
The artist who memorialized inmates' last suppers dies at 60? Is that it? I don't know who that is. Julie Green. I don't know. What is that?
Oh, Julie Green Ministries.
Oh, okay. Well, let me look at
Try
that.
it again.
Again, I don't know right off the bat who that is. So
she's a self-appointed prophet and wrong 99% of the time, apparently.
Oh, okay. Well, one, the very definition of people who have the prophetic gifting, if they're wrong all the time, then they're
not a prophet.
Do not have the prophetic gifting. I don't know enough about her to have a big opinion, but if that's true, then they're not a prophet. Like I do believe in the gift of prophecy, and I do believe that God does reveal things to people. I do believe in that 100%. I mean, the Bible's very clear. You've got, teachers, you've got preachers, you've got pastors, you've got evangelists, you've got prophets, you've got all kinds of stuff. And I believe that to be 100% true. But I mean, the prophet is one that it's very tested very quick. Like, hey, if you're batting 0,
guess what?
You're just not a prophet. But I don't know enough about her. I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, cool. All right, well, let's get into today's.
Right.
From Titus 1, hey, Todd, Hangman. Oh, Hangman in the hot seat. Did we get it right? I don't know. That's a question for Graham. Also, shirt ideas. Graham is wearing the front and Todd is wearing the back. That would be a good idea. Like this being on the back of the shirt, there's a question in the way. The stay awake, not woke. That's not bad. That's not a bad idea to put that on the back of the shirt.
Yeah, I don't.
Not a bad idea.
I don't
How
disagree.
did you get that shirt, Todd?
Huh?
He made it himself.
You made it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a shirt presser right over there. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Press.
Also, please make kid sizes. Our kids love you guys. And that would be 7 shirts over here.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, this was something we dealt with back when 9/12. People want kids shirts, but not enough people buy
kids shirts.
And so it's one of those things, to make it affordable to you, we have to buy in bulk these things. And, everybody says they want kids. That's why I asked about Dear America, because we had the Dear America hats once upon a time, and it was like, oh, we want a Dear America hat, da-da-da-da. But then nobody bought it. and so, if you guys
Same thing with women's sizes, like the women cut sizes and tank tops.
Women said they
don't
wanted
sell.
women's shirts, but then they don't sell because most women just want a men's small or medium, and then they rock that kind of thing. And because when you buy women's cuts, they all fit different, and not all size smalls are the same. And so maybe I don't know if we want to get back into the apparel game, but if you guys truly want a Dear America shirt, maybe we can figure out a way to make that.
You can do a poll or something.
I wonder if we can maybe create like a funnel link, like a click funnel that is just, you can pre-order them. You know what I'm saying? Instead of us printing them ahead of time and all this other kind of stuff. And then with the condition of it's got to hit this many pre-orders or everybody's money just goes back to them, kind of thing. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
That's a good idea.
Next.
From Robin McGroin. Today is my daughter's 32nd birthday, and we had a conversation the other day about why she doesn't like Donald Trump. She actually admitted she needs to do more research and not just listen to MSM.
Well, first of all, happy birthday.
Yeah.
And yes, I think that's something that's happening. People are realizing you can't just turn on MSNBC and know what's going on. I mean, but that's with everything.
Period.
That's with Christianity.
Folks, I tell y'all all the time, fact check me.
Well, the biggest groundbreaking question that ever got asked to me with religion, right, was, I was born and raised Assembly of God, and for the longest time I was like, I'm an Assembly, I'm an AG guy, and they're like, the biggest question was from a theologian, and he just goes around debating, respectfully, but debating a bunch of times, is like, why are you a Baptist, or why are you a Lutheran, or why are you a Catholic? Why? Is it because you did the research, or is it because that's just what your family was and that's the environment you were brought into, so you're just like, oh, okay, I'm a Baptist. And the thing is, 99% of Christians will not go down the rabbit hole of, what do I actually believe outside of the good news that is Jesus was born of the Virgin Mary, lived a sinless life, died on the cross, rose again 3 days later, ascended into heaven. Outside of the of the nucleus that is Christianity, why are you a Baptist? Why are you a Calvinist? Why are you this? Why are you that? Oh, it's what I believe is true. Okay, well, is it because you researched everything else and then that's where you ended up? Or is that just because that's just what you've been told your whole life, so that's why you do it? And that's a very groundbreaking question to ask yourself. But the same thing applies to politics, applies to history, applies to everything.
Yeah.
Do you believe it because you actually researched it and this is the conclusion that you ended up with? Or is it simply what was just passed down to you?
Yeah, my question is outside of Romans 10:9, why does it matter?
Well, it doesn't. I don't like the infighting. Like I don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think Catholics are going to hell. I don't think all this other kind of stuff that people say, like crazy Protestants say, and all this other kind of stuff. I think there's secondary issues, is what I think.
Yeah, exactly.
And
outside of Romans 10:9, the rest of it is just fun conversation to argue about.
Yeah. What is it? What is it? The Pascal equation? Is that what they call it? Where Pascal's talking about if you're on the fence about I think it's Pascal's equation. If you're on the fence about Christianity, yes or no, right? Like God exists, God doesn't exist. Pascal's equation is you have far more to gain by just going with Christianity than you do not with Christianity, right?
Yeah.
Well, the same equation can be done with denominations and or, politics and everything. Like if you're on the fence about something, which one has the most upside versus the most downside? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not sure that God punishes people that believe in God for intellectual mistakes of understanding, right? You see what I'm saying? Like I just don't know if I believe that. Anyway, that got into a theological thing for some reason, but either way.
Yeah, sorry.
Next.
This is a name. Bowden.
Pascal's wager is what it is.
There you go.
Hey, this person said it was BS thinking. I don't know. If you look at it on his thinking was if you're on the fence about do you believe in God or not, believing in God, you have a far more upside than you have by not believing in God. So if you're 50-50, you might as well go and believe in Christianity. I don't think that's a BS thing. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, if I'm wrong and when I die, nothing happens, well, then nothing happens. But if you's wrong, a lot worse stuff happens to you. I don't think that's BS.
Okay. Thank you, Bowden. I don't know how to say it, man. I'm sorry. Anyway, but I'll spell it for you, Royce. BODENNILSSON. Bowden Nilsson? Bowden Nilsson? I got nothing.
Oh, I got it.
You found it? 140,000 subscribers on YouTube and only 300 watching. That's what shadow banning looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't disagree with you 100%, but there are
With
people who
Rumble,
watch. I guess that does. There are people who watch on YouTube, and so we're going to keep going everywhere. Same thing with Facebook. 3-something million, and only 300 people are watching live. Whereas, Rumble will get up into the 8 to 10,000.
Yeah,
people.
Zuckerberg is a big fan of Graham.
Yes,
he loves Graham.
Loves
He's
him.
on the phone with him all the time.
All the time. Joshua French 76. Say no to ginger pox. Do not comply. Oh wait. That's grinder pox. Grinder pox? Oh, sorry. Didn't catch that one in time. My bad. Sorry, Royce. My bad.
Silence.
Yeah. Shockwave _21. I think y'all do that on purpose sometimes. Shockwave _21. So if they do the lockdowns again, can we schedule this Dear America get-together that Graham brought up a couple months ago? Oh.
Yeah, I want to. Here's the thing is, look, it's the rationality. I mean, we could create an Eventbrite if we wanted to do this event where we rent out a place and people can come and hang out for a live recording and all this stuff. And then we'll even do like a special Q&A like thing for like 3 hours. I don't care.
I actually have experience doing stuff like this. Like we could totally make that happen.
Yeah. But
you're missing the question.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I ain't paying for all of y'all to come out here and hang out with us. And so
For real.
And so it comes down to, if we pick a date, how many people are actually going to commit, because it's going to cost us financially to make that happen.
Yeah.
And then it would also cost you financially to get here. So we are 100% open. So maybe what we could do is we could create an Eventbrite. We can pick a date and let's put it out there and let's see how many people, but even then, Eventbrite is known that about 20% of people who say they're coming show up. So if only 100 people say they're coming,
and it'll have to be like a central location somewhere.
We ain't doing it. You know what I mean? I mean, we're just not.
But I think you misunderstood the question here. I think what he was trying to say is that if they lock us down again, would you hold an event?
Absolutely.
Just so we can all say we're not doing it.
100% I would do it. But again, it would be, I would love to do quarterly live tapings in front of people. But it all boils down to how many of you want to pay for a plane ticket in a hotel. We'll provide everything at the event.
Yeah.
But how many of you want to do that to come and, hang out and all that kind of stuff is the real question. But we can create an Eventbrite and, pick a date and see what happens.
I'm all about it. All right. So from Ratchet, Graham back in the 80s and 90s, Fauci did the exact same thing. Or they did the exact same. You touch it, you will be infected by AIDS. I was a nurse and remember the pandemic. He couldn't get started.
They didn't have social media back then. Thank you very much. That's some good info.
There you go.
Now they got social media.
There you go.
And so again, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be real. It doesn't have to be the reality. It has to be, what can you get people to believe? And you know what? I'll go and I'll say this right now. I think there's a lot of people, and I'm curious y'all's thoughts in the chats on this and everybody here in the studio. I think that there's more people than we would like to admit that would love for the COVID thing to come back. I think there's people that would love for the lockdowns to come back and love for the, hey, give me government money. I won't leave the house. I'll work
that
from
way.
home.
They have an excuse to stay in their mom's basement.
I think I would say, I think 60% of people would be good with it. I really do.
Yeah. 60?
I do.
I think that's lowballing it.
I think 60. You got to remember, we're talking about people that don't think like us. I mean, you see what I'm saying? We never did the first one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and so I think it's a shocking.
I did, and it was terrible. It was awful because I was working for the government, and it was awful. Anyway, it's me, Samantha. My mama passed away in April. 14 people got saved at her funeral. When I'm sad, I think about how God took something sad and made it beautiful. Pray for my heart. I'm still so sad.
Praying for you. That's
an amazing thing.
But that's an amazing thing. And so.
Yeah. Alicia Victoria 88. Yesterday requested prayer for my daughter. Missed bio part. We have an open relationship. I see her all the time. I have no control to cause a storm. I was asked to take her this weekend to talk. I don't understand a lot of that.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm sorry, Alicia. I don't
understand that.
Missed bio part. We have an open relationship. I see her all the time. I have no control to cause a storm.
Maybe this is an adopted person. Like, this is the bio mom. Maybe. I don't know. I'm sorry. We don't understand the question.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We got to move on.
And I'm going to pay attention to the chat just to see if you explain. Kay Lee Baby. Did y'all see the poll Sean Hannity showed on Fox last night? It said 71 to 86% of Dem and independent voters aren't aware of Kamala's radical policy. Censorship much? Question mark.
It's the same thing of all the
just
people.
Came out this morning.
All the people that said that if they had known about the Hunter Biden laptop, they would not have voted for Joe Biden. It's the same thing. They're doing it again. All right, next.
Yeah, for sure. Maggie 9193. Graham wants some white boy tacos with extra mayo. Make sure the tortillas have extra gluten. All jokes aside, you guys are awesome. Thanks for doing what you guys do.
I respect you less, but thank you.
I said the same thing as somebody in the chat because they said something about mayo, and I was like, I don't respect you anymore.
Yeah. Robert B3. I love telling lefties that I identify as a dwarven half giant sex god teddy bear, and they must address me as such.
All you got to do is to
awesome.
get away with saying everything is say the words, I identify as a non-binary pansexual tree sex god, and then say whatever you want to say, and then nobody can censor you because they're like, oh, how dare you tell me that I'm not what I think that I am to be, sir? How dare you?
VPMW Davis. The only pronouns I use when I walk into Walmart and I see mentally unstable person, my pronouns are what's that?
Yeah.
There you go.
I just don't like it at all.
Yeah, my pronouns are fa and fo.
You are such a dad. When you do that, it's such dad jokes.
I'm a dad.
My name is Fa and Fo.
That's right.
That's the awkward silence you get is when you do that.
I came here to chew bubble gum and kick, and I'm fresh out of bubble gum. Posh Beauty. People are not voting for Kamala. They are voting against who they think Trump is. At work, I asked people, were you personally better off during Trump or Biden? We need to keep educating people. No red. Yeah, that's it. I mean, vote policy, not person. Like, people are stupid. We say it all the time. Like,
yeah, and people get mad at me. Graham, you're a Christian. How can you say it? Because people are stupid.
Yeah,
people
you
are
stupid. Stupid.
If people can be sinners, they can also be stupid. So people are stupid. That's why I say it. I say it because it's true. Don't get mad at me. All right, let's go.
C-Dub82, what's up? Love the show. In a world full of pronouns being adjectives, saved, redeemed, and forgiven. God bless you guys and your families. Keep fighting the fight. Graham Todd, check your email.
Okay. I always love it when we get those.
Yeah.
Check your email. Every time a lawyer writes me, check your email. I'm like, oh, gosh, here we go. Is that it?
Well, no. Angela Durham, 67. I screenshot some pictures from your show for information to share on Facebook and Instagram, and already Instagram is blocking it.
Yeah,
that's not surprising. Sorry. Let's see. Kim Rogers, 4219. What are your thoughts on nonviolent felons owning guns? That's a pretty good question.
I mean, somebody that commits, check fraud.
Yeah.
I mean, I think nonviolent crimes. Yeah. I mean, I can
I
see,
would be for that.
I can see a pathway to paying your debt to society and then getting that back.
Yeah.
Violent crimes, domestic crimes, things like that. No.
Yeah, not at all.
Didn't they try to take away Trump's guns?
Yes.
And
they did. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
The problem
Well, they
is
can't. He's not a convicted felon.
They clump all the felons together with the
Well,
same.
yes.
And people who have like 3 or 4 DUIs already, they shouldn't have the responsibility.
He
of
has
owning
to
a
be
gun because they
sentenced
have
to be a felon.
He's convicted.
No.
He's not.
He was
sentenced.
convicted by a jury, Todd.
Yeah, but
he's
you're
not
not
sentenced.
convicted until you're sentenced.
You're not. Maybe the final stamp isn't.
Yeah,
but,
they can't take your gun
but
until they sentence you.
But you are, because you have been found guilty of the crime. So the sentencing is just what happens to you because you are now a convicted felon.
It's them deciding your
punishment for being a convicted felon.
Never mind. We'll get into this later.
Just saying. I mean,
I'm just saying because
the judge is not going to come back and go, never mind. You're not.
You've got the appeals process. Hello, it can be overturned and kicked out.
But then it can be washed away. But if you're convicted by a jury of your peers, you are a convicted felon unless you appeal and then you win the appeal and then you are no longer a convicted felon.
I mean, that's kind of a
Saying.
guilty until proven innocent thing.
Todd, when you enlist somebody, even before they go to boot camp, they are in the what?
Yeah, they're in the military.
Correct. But if they don't make it through boot camp, then they are not in the what?
They're not in the military.
You are a convicted
Unless you
felon
join the active
unless
duty.
you win an appeal, and then you are no longer
unless
a
you're in the
convicted
active
felon.
duty, you enlist, you're in the DEP program, then you have to go back and re-sign your contract.
I'm just saying, but you still the same thing remains clear. like I'm not saying that he can't appeal it and then become not a convicted
All
felon.
right, do I need to put you
Okay,
two in the
anyway.
basement? What is going on?
I love you.
This is coming back to is the Bible the living word of God if nobody picks it up and read it argument again. All right. Anyway, go
You
ahead.
started it.
You started that.
Droop Dog 51, love the show, but y'all have messed me up all week. I thought Wednesday was Friday, and today feels like a Thursday.
I'm sorry.
It is.
We're doing the Friday show. I mean,
It is awesome that all of you showed up on a Friday. That is pretty cool.
Yes,
So-
we appreciate you guys.
All right, here we go. From Matt Nation. Hey, Graham, if Trump were to offer a position in his cabinet, would you take it? And what would you take? I already know the answer to that question. Press secretary.
If my country actually called me to do something, then I would.
Yeah, for sure.
Why wouldn't
That's
you?
it.
I mean,
Well, I think the question is if Trump called you, like specifically.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. If Trump called me, or someone close to the campaign called me and said, "Hey, we want you to consider being in the administration," then I would consider it. And but there's so many logistics to that. What about this show? Well, what about the business? What happens then? Like all those things. But yeah, I mean, if my country needs me, then I'm going to do it. And so
and that's not even talking about relocating. And
true.
Oh, that's the least of
I just
my-
want to be the guy that opens a door for him.
No, I mean, I would consider it. Absolutely.
We have
One more.
some
Hold up.
YouTube.
One more. Star Hollow 5. Do you guys know who Phil Godlewski is? If so, what are your thoughts on him? My family loves him, but I don't love you guys.
I'm guess. Is this another ministry person?
I don't know who
I
Phil
don't know.
Godlewski.
Y'all are asking us some people that we don't know today, which is unusual. But let's see. Director at LifeWave, Presidential Gold Associate. Special report failure to act by Phil Wiggy, Real Life News. Is he oh, here we go. Who is this guy? Father, entrepreneur, content. Yeah, I don't know this guy. Sorry. I mean, we literally have zero mutuals on Instagram. I don't know who this guy is.
That's weird.
If I don't know who they are, I don't have enough info to give a real opinion. So,
All right. All right. It's on you, Royce.
YouTube, we have a few.
All right. This is from Real Bengals fan. All right. What do you guys think about Trump's sentencing? What do you guys think would happen if he gets time? I think bad. That's what I think.
Probation.
I think really bad if he gets time. I told you, worst case scenario. The only thing that has happened since this, remember when we said worst case scenario, I think he gets house arrest? Well, now he's been an attempted assassination. The Secret Service I saw the other day has figured out a plan to, protect him. They're going to put him behind bulletproof glass now on the rallies and stuff. Could you see Judge Merchant, saying, you know what? I think you deserve a punishment, but given the violent nature of how this is turning, I also want to protect the country as well. So I'm going to put you to house arrest, kind of thing. And you can do your little rally virtually from there. You see what I'm saying? Because if Kamala Harris is willing to do rallies, unlike Biden was abysmal to do a rally, what better way to try to hurt Trump one more time than to take away his ability to do rallies?
Yeah. I see him getting probation.
If that did happen and he did a virtual rally right after he was, sentenced or whatever, it would be the biggest
amazing
event, live
from Folsom Prison.
Elon needs to figure out how to make Spaces video.
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
you can
that'd be awesome.
do
Yep.
it. It's
Anyway.
just, it's not great.
All right, next. Oh, wow, 100. Thank you so
100.
much.
Wow.
Cindy on YouTube. Could have had this on Wednesday. Everyone needs to watch the Fall of Minneapolis documentary on YouTube. Absolutely.
Yes.
Share it with everyone you know. People that hid the truth are in the White House today. This is a fight against evil. Vote Trump and make it too big to rig. Could not agree more. Yes, I'm sorry. Okay, sometimes I travel and, you know, Sorry. We gave you your 4th episode today. Like we're here. We appreciate you guys sticking with us.
People are almost more upset about Wednesday than they are excited about the Friday.
Yeah, they're more mad. Like, how could you do this to us on Wednesday?
Breaking up my routine.
We're going to just have static images and music play for an hour if we have to miss a day, like just so everybody can tune in or whatever.
We should just start doing that and mess with everybody. We're like, we'll see you on Monday, maybe.
All right. Aaron Jacob says, HE double hockey sticks. No, I will not comply. Cell block C, please, and thank you. Couldn't agree more. All right. Joseph, $20 donation. Thank you so much. Love the show. I need your opinion. As a father and veteran with 2 young sons, 15 and 16, what's too young to teach boys about real combat, not movie stuff? Because they see the Middle East and they have real guys. They're there. They're there. Teach them. Like,
yeah, I mean, dude, you got to think your 16-year-old is 1 year away from being eligible to join.
Yeah.
Like I was in Iraq in 03. I was 19.
Dude, my boys are 12 and 13, and me and my wife are like, no, I want them to see Private Ryan. I want them to see The Patriot. I want them to see these movies. And she's like, well, they're too violent. And I'm like, well, yeah, but they need to understand that how we got this country and how we preserve this country is not sunshine and rainbows. I mean, it was blood. I mean, that's how it was. And so I'm already starting.
Yeah,
we watched Hacksaw Ridge just the other day. Yep. And I mean, you know,
good.
They need to know what true bravery and heroism looks like. And you know, you start it there, but by 15, 16, yeah, man, tell them the truth. Be honest with them. You know, my kids ask me about the war all the time, and I'm slowly starting to tell them more. You know, yeah, be honest with them.
All right.
All right. Wim says, can't you smell smaller iron? Oh, sell. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I thought it was like smell. I was like, what? Can't you sell smaller iron-on decals for kids, babies, and dogs? Sure. But we are, you know, again, I'm not sure we want to get into the full-on apparel business again. So if we want to do like a limited release thing, maybe with the pre-order idea, but if it doesn't reach a minimum order, this is what all the big people do, like Nine Line and Grunt Style and Black Rifle and all those guys. We can put it on pre-order, maybe. And then if it doesn't hit a certain amount of pre-orders, then everybody just gets their money back and the shirt doesn't get made. Anyway, anything else?
Yep, last one.
Caitlin says, I will take a baseball cap. Just saying, love y'all and God bless. All right. Well, again, we will talk about it internally and maybe we create something. We shall see. All right, that's it for the episode. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. This is a long one today. We almost went 2 hours.
Yeah, crazy.
Dang, Todd, shut up and let us get through the show. Anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We love you guys. We appreciate you. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit the follow button. And make sure to share this far and wide. Tony, say goodbye.
We'll see you all next week. Have a good weekend.
Royce.
See you guys.
Todd.
Love you, miss you, mean it.
And as always, I'm Graham Allen. Stay awake, not woke. Trust in God, not the government. And as always, stay free.